Welcome back to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now. In a few minutes, you get the chance to put your calls and comments to Peter Andre, Gemma Collins and Stephanie Powers live. There's still time to squeeze in a question if you're quick, so visit the website to find out. But first, as we know, one half of 80s pop partnership Pat and Mick is over there in the jungle threatening teddy bears and perving over the pretty girls. But the other half is in London waiting to shed some light on his friend and fellow DJ. Let's all chant for Mick Brown. Hello, Mick. How are you, Mick?
Good morning. Lovely, thank you. Tell Stephanie she scrubs up very well.
Ooh, you have an admirer there, Stephanie.
Thank you very much. I'm in a little bit of better shape, thank you. I feel a lot better, too.
Love heart to heart as well. Love heart to heart.
I think you just want to chat. You probably just want a little chat with Stephanie. I'll go away, sorry.
Well, we can make a date later.
Oh my God, it's like a blind date. Anyway, you've been friends with Pat and bandmates since 1987. How do you think he's coming across in the jungle?
Pat's coming across at the moment a bit like a game of two halves, isn't he? He came in there looked like the kind of Pat I think we all know. Wouldn't say boo to a goose, all very kind of, you know, standing back. And then was it Monday night he kind of exploded. I was, you know, watching the show, having something to eat, and I kind of nearly choked, and I couldn't believe it. It was great to see him having a go.
Pat, he's certainly been ruffling a few feathers in camp. It started off with Ted Gate, and then he made Chrissy upset. How do you feel when you watch that?
Well, I think most people who go into I'm a Celebrity now know that they've got to have something to make people talk about. If you sit back, no one will talk. You know, you want people talking about you the next day down the pub or at work or whatever. And Pat's kind of, Teddygate outburst was incredible. You know, who's going to throw this poor Teddy on the fire?
And what do you think? What do you think of his relationship with the younger girls in there? He likes them.
Oh, he certainly does, yeah. I think he's doing well. While he was pedalling that bike the other night, while the girls had the shower, I haven't seen him like that since he was down the gym 15 years ago.
Pat, he did upset Lorraine today and has got Anthony's back up before. Do you think he could fall out with any of the other campmates?
I think, again, I think now we're into the as they call it, the business end of this competition, and I think Pat's playing a very, very good game. He's in it to win it, and so if he's got to kind of wind someone up, I'm sure he will. And I would think it would be quite funny if he nicked Chris's teeth. I mean, that would be an absolute classic.
Oh, don't think. I'm happy you're not giving him any ideas. And finally, Mick, who do you think will win?
I am firmly with my man, my old mucker Pat. I think he could win it. Likely everyone could win. But that Chrissy, you know, or even Willie Carson, these are the guys that are kind of, not a lot of people are talking about too much, but they're creeping along, and they'll be in the top three.
Good point. Thank you very much, Mick. Love to London. Thank you very much. So, our prestigious panel, Stephanie, Peter and Gemma, are still with us and are keen to take your questions, so let's do it. The first question I have here is from a Michael Putz, and he's sending this from Germany. He says, I'm watching I'm a Celebrity in Germany. I thought it wasn't fair to tell Fatima she wouldn't see her son. I'm totally convinced Anthony wanted to upset her. What do you think? What do you think, Peter? Do you think he did that on purpose?
I don't know. When I first saw it, I didn't think that, but then... See, Gemma just says it as it is, and we were talking out the back, and she reckons he did. Don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. My opinion's different. I think he should have picked Fatima.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he did it maliciously. You do. Go on, say it.
I've said enough already.
Stephanie, do you think...
It's one of them things, you know, there has been obviously a lot of friction between them, and Anthony is very good at sort of like convincing Mark that Anthony is the leader, and maybe, you know, for me I would have loved it, but Sunita got to see her mum, so that's lovely, and, you know...
Just get to see your mum again today.
Yeah.
2 days in a row. Russ, you've got some bits and pieces to ask Stephanie.
I'm going to have a go at this name. Diarmuid Kehu says, Stephanie,
right.
what was your biggest phobia and how did you overcome it?
Well, you know, I've spent my life in the bush, so I really was...
Sorry, Stephanie. Stephanie's a lady, boys. Stephanie's a lady. You can't behave like that.
Get your mind out of the gutter, boys. Come on. I know it's difficult to get out of the gutter, but just try a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
We'll try.
You tell them off, Stephanie.
Did you... So was there anything you were dreading, though, that you thought this was going to be the hardest battle? And
Well, I was, you know, unfortunately, I'd never seen the show, so I was a bit at a disadvantage. I saw some things on YouTube, and I spoke to 3 of my friends who had done the show, who gave me certain amounts of information and withheld other amounts of information, which I will call them about. We'll have words, I'm sure.
Which friends are they? Who are they?
So there was a lot I didn't anticipate. I was very keen on the competition. I wanted to participate. The bugs don't bother me, so I probably wasn't very boring about the bugs and the snakes. And I used to have a snake. I raised rats. You know, I deal with wildlife all the time, 2-legged and 4-legged, and so you know, it's never been a problem for me. So I didn't really have any phobias. Claustrophobia is not one of mine. So.
Oh, lady.
Indestructible.
Not indestructible, I just don't have a fear factor.
Wow.
Wow. We've got Clive on the line who wants to say something to Stephanie. Hello, Clive.
Hello there. How's the panel tonight?
Not too bad. Great to talk to you. Do you want to say anything to Stephanie?
Yes, Stephanie, due to the fact that you are a vegetarian and you had problems with Anthony in the jungle, do you not think it's about time someone give him a damn good kick up the backside?
I didn't have problems with Anthony. Did it look as if... see, I have no idea how the shows look.
To cook, because he could be voted off tomorrow.
I think from what we're looking at, it looks like Anthony is kind of taken over the cooking area, and there's a lot of friction. He gets very stressed about it.
Anthony has told us all, because I don't know how much you see. There's a lot.
We see a lot.
There's a lot of connective tissue that you don't see, I don't think, so that it doesn't explain a lot of things. Anthony explained to all of us that he has OCD, and OCD, which is an obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And so when he approaches something, he takes it on with a great deal of obsession. He doesn't delegate.
Yeah.
So
he likes to do everything himself.
Well, that's part of his obsession. And so he must do it all, and you have to sort of back off and let him do it. Having said that, he's miraculous at putting together meals, which in a kind of invention that I don't think even the most professional chef would have.
And in all fairness, he doesn't always get the best ingredients.
Well, his ingredients are, most of the time don't go with one another.
Yeah.
And it's not often that
he
you're
does love a warm
delivered.
salad, though. He was very into making those warm salads.
Warm salads are fabulous.
You can't beat them. Clive, thank you very much for that. Russell, what else have you got?
Yeah, I've got a question for Peter. Can you tell us what Katie Price meant on Twitter when she said, "Good luck in Oz and remember what I said"?
Well,
It's a serious face.
if I think about it in English, it meant good luck in Australia and remember what I said. Which, you know, you could take either way. It could be remember what I said, or it could be remember what I have no idea.
Taking legal advice. Mind you, it was in the Daily Mail, so maybe.
I have another question. Actually, it's for you, Peter, from Samantha Gray from Portsmouth. She says, us women need a bit more eye candy in the jungle. Get Mr. Andre's top off right now.
Yeah, come on! Tits out!
I really appreciate that, thank you. I really appreciate that, but, you know, I'm going to be honest, Mark's doing very good, and you got Swashy, and when you've got Swashy, there is... I mean, even I have to say, you're all man.
Thank you. I'll show you later.
Maybe later on, maybe tomorrow, but maybe by the end of it, after a few days, we'll get that top off you. We can't but hope. Well, sadly, we're almost out of time, and I'm fighting back the tears because it's Gemma's last day with us. Aww. Gemma, one compulsory question. You know what's coming. Who do you think will win?
Mark Wright, 100%, 1,000,000% all the way.
I'm not really shocked at all by that. Thank you, Gemma. You've been absolutely amazing.
You.
And Stephanie, thank you so much. You've been so good, and we want to give you something to remember it by. So, Stephanie Powers, we'll have a look at some pictures here. This is your jungle life. There you go. That's a big round of applause. And you can see some beautiful pictures there behind you. There you are, Lorraine.
Well, can we burn these photographs?
Well, when you're looking at that, it's just time now for Russell's final thought of the day.
Welcome to The Joy of Intercourse with me, Mark Wright. I'm not being funny, but the time will come with a new lover when it's time to do her. I mean, of course, proper intercourse. When your angel decides she's ready, it's your job as a bloke to gently and affectionately pound the life out of her. Remember, doing a bird is not mostly about you. It's totally about you, 100%. It's also gentlemanly to wait a full 10 minutes before you send an MMS of her tits to Arj. Next week, how to get the stains out of Nanny Pat's curtain.
Bold. Well, that's all we have time for today. It's hard to get on. Ant and Dec are back tomorrow at 9:45 on ITV1 when two celebrities go head-to-head to fight for survival. Then join Joe, Russell and myself here on ITV2 at 10:45. We'll have Peter Andre still. I can't wait. Until then, goodbye!